ONWOTE, they sent this to us for us to review, and we're going to walk through all the paces here. 16 channels, we're doing 8 camera setup. Here's the camera, and we've got 8 more cameras and all the cabling inside. We've been actually sent security systems before. Very complicated is typically the issue. ONWOTE said not complicated at all. So we're going to look and see. And I'm going to show you all the parts laid out here so you can kind of get an idea of how this is all going to work. You got the cameras. Right here we've got 8 possible cameras, 8 bundles of wire. This is the NVR network video recorder. So it's always watching and recording. We supply the monitor, so if you get one of these sets, you have to find a monitor. This has VGA or HDMI inputs, so whatever monitor you can find. We have to run wire from the NVR to the cameras, and your options are to do it in the walls of the house or do it outside the house. Now, we're electing to do it outside the house because it's a little bit easier for us. And to do that, we've got these wall cord covers. And we got these on Amazon. We'll have a link in the description below. But they are 17-inch pieces. You get 6 per package, 102 inches total. And basically what we're going to do, you have a stick 'em on this side that it can stick to the wall. And then this is a jacket. You slide this over it, and it's going to cover our cord. We have a dark colored house, so when this is outside, this will totally hide the cord because you want it to look decent. Not super expensive, but a really attractive way of hiding the cord because we're not going through the walls by and large. Stainless steel screws, because we're going to put 2 screws in each of these tracks to make sure that the stickum over long term doesn't give way. So we're going to screw the tracks to the house as well, to the molding outside. So stainless steel, so they won't rust. We're adding an electrical box. That doesn't necessarily have to happen. Something else, this is a RJ45 connectors. These are the ends that you have on cables. We have extra Cat 5e cable or Cat 6 cable, and you can create your own perfect length if you need to, but you got to have one of these crimpers. And basically you connect this end, RJ45 end, to the network cable, and then you crimp it on with this tool. These come in 60-foot lengths, and that's pretty much will get us everywhere we need to go, except we have a detached garage. And that's going to be further than a 60-foot run, so that's why we have this. Another thing you could do is we opted for these RJ45 couplers, and we'll have a link in the description below the video for this as well. And these couplers basically put 2 cords, 2 of these things together and transmit the signal. This bundle of cord with this bundle of cord, connect them together with the coupler, and now I get 120 feet. And these are also pretty inexpensive. So these are miscellaneous things per your individual situation might be useful. And this is going to go in the basement right below our closet where our Wi-Fi is. We'll run wire from it to all the different cameras. And then we'll also run a network cable from this to our router. So let's get started. So you have 2 different options, general options when it comes to security systems. One can be wireless, and that's done over the internet, and it's a subscription-based service. Every month you pay for that service. The other security system is having an NVR, which records everything in-house, and all the cameras are linked to the NVR. And this, in turn, can talk to your phone, but it's all done without a subscription. And those are your 2 options. Yes, it's a little more work that we're going to have to go through to get these cables run to each of the cameras, but we're going to have no monthly subscription. Over the long term, certainly big savings in that department. All right, so here's the ring is going to cover the holes for the screws, and this just slides, just a little tiny turn and unsnaps. And then this is going to go on the existing cord up there. First, this will go over the cord, then we'll wrap this around it, slide the cable through this, put this rubber bushing around the cable, and then it's going to set inside that. So all these have their specific order. Then we can mount the camera. Put that on over the cable. Then we're going to wrap, this rubber bushing is split, and so it's going to go around the cable like so. And then this piece here goes in this orientation. So this portion is at the bottom, kind of like a rocket engine. And it's a tight fit. It's made to just barely fit over that. And then this little rubber bushing goes over everything here. And it's going to create a watertight seal inside that right there, like so. This is a DC power supply. We don't have that, so we're just going to cap it. Pretty simple. This is going to slide over, put the rubber bushing, and then this is going to go rest against that rubber washer. Slide this up into the bottom here, and screw this on. This is just going to snap on and screw on, and it's going to make it a nice snug fit. This is kind of waterproofs it all. The orientation of this piece needs to point up like that behind this. We're going to tuck it all back inside here like so. But with this portion pointing up. Tuck everything in here. There's plenty of room. Okay. There are 3 screws, and they come with anchors, but we don't need these. This is solid wood here. And we've got an extension on the drill bit right here because you'll see here it's going to be a tight fit to get the drill in there. To finish the camera out, we'll just put the trim piece back on. Just goes on, finds a hole, and then a little tiny turn. All right, so here's the finished installation of this camera and the one around the corner. And that track really makes a nice clean look when it's all said and done, especially if you're doing an exterior mount. This will store at least 2 weeks worth of video footage, and then it'll rewrite over the oldest footage first. This is the back of the NVR, and here's where the network cable goes. And we've got this plugged in going to upstairs. And then we'll go ahead and put the monitor on. This is just an old monitor from days gone by, and it's got a VGA connection on it right there. This is the power cable that came with the system. This is the mouse. We'll need this to control things. So there's a power button in the back. There's your power button right there. And now we're just letting it cycle. All right, so these are the first 2 cameras that we've got connected. We'll do that. That's 1 and 2. There we go. There's a little circle right there, and I'm going to put that at the bottom. I loosen this screw right here, and that lets me turn this outer housing however I want. And so now we want to just go ahead and, with this orientation, with that at the bottom, we'll see how it looks on the monitor. So I think I would maybe aim it a little more to out that way, because we're getting a lot of the window. I'd rather see more out that way. So I'm going to move it more towards the street, but that's the right orientation with that little circle at the bottom. So now this is the view we want to check. So I'm going to right click on that frame and go into single window camera. And that's what that one is actually looking at, this is what we wanted. So, you know, we can see package deliveries or whatnot down there. You can see down the sidewalk. So that's perfect view. But there's your timestamp, so you can see what's happening when. And whenever a car goes by, you can see the camera track it. There you go. The camera's going to sit like this, with this piece on the bottom. That's the bottom of our picture. When we flip it around, I want to take this one out, and it allows us to feed the cord, after I break this, feed the cord through that spot without pinching it. All right, you can see there we came out from underneath the house, put the wire in electrical PVC conduit, and we ran a trench under these rocks. There you go, you can see a couple spots. And then all the way, came out, went inside the garage. We had access to the attic of the garage for the cameras. You can do everything on this just by right-clicking on the picture, and it gives you into menu. Camera, network, system, backup, storage, alarm, everything's over here. And then we haven't named the camera views yet, but that's certainly all very doable. All the stuff that's here, you can also do on your phone app. And it's actually pretty easy. Whether it's a person or a vehicle within your area, it'll identify it and track it and create an event. The software allows you to create a grid over, like, let's say you don't want an alert every time a car goes by here, but you do want an alert on the porch. Then you can mask that area in the grid and just keep this visible so that you don't get false alerts. PTZ is pan, tilt, zoom. Our cameras don't have that, but if you have the upgrade on the cameras, you can certainly use that to move the camera around even after it's mounted, which is really nice. Right, so everything there is completely viewable on the app, and all the things I showed you on the computer monitor are right there on the bottom. Just hit images, and let's say there's one image. Go ahead and hit not 6. There's 6 images. So you can see we've got a front porch, side of the house, back of the garage, back porch. We even have a camera inside. The NVR that we have has room for 16 channels, so 16 cameras, which is really nice. This system is set up to have a lot of coverage with a lot of cameras for a really reasonable price. 3 good reasons to buy this, say over something like Simply Safe or AT&T as a subscription-based service, is you don't have a subscription with the NVR. It's all recorded here. Even if you lose your internet connection, this is still recording. Even if someone could use a Wi-Fi blocker, obviously doesn't rely on Wi-Fi to actually do the recording. It's all hardwired. This is a lot more effective than just relying on the Wi-Fi signal itself. Not having to pay a subscription cost is really nice. Yes, this system might cost a little more to buy initially, but you avoid that monthly forever payment to keep the system running. Everything that you can see on the screen here, you can also see on your app. Our NVR is connected through an HDMI cable, and this is just a little short one. But if you had a 50-foot HDMI cable, you could run it to your TV upstairs or in your room. If you get an alert, boom, switch the input, and you can look right at what's going on all on your big screen, which is kind of a cool feature. You also get a feed through your phone. If you're at the grocery, you can still see what's going on at your house on your security system right on your phone. So there's a lot of pros to having it. The only con, we're a DIY channel, and so you're probably not afraid to do DIY stuff if you're watching this video. One thing you have to do is figure out a way to get the cables run from the NVR, wherever you put it, to your cameras. this is a perfect system for a DIYer in that you do the work, save a bunch of money, and you get exactly what you want. If you're not a DIYer, you don't want to get your hands dirty, it's easy enough to hire a handyman. It'll pay for itself by not having the subscription. In the long run, you should end up saving money, and that's really what we're all about at this channel, is how to save a little extra money so you can spend it on something you enjoy. Hope this video helps. Thanks a lot for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, and we'll see you in the next video.